All right. Welcome out to the Pirates Cove podcast again. It's Thursday. It's not Wednesday evening. It's Thursday. We were unable to do this podcast. It's usually done on Wednesday. We had interviews with our Rockport-Fulton Lady Pirates softball team, and we also, for the first time, had interviewed yesterday two guests from our two athletes from our Rockport-Fulton Pirates baseball. So it got a little late. We had to get up and go to work this morning. So Johnny and I decided that we would do the third part tonight. So it will be uploaded later on tonight and ready for review tomorrow morning. Next week, we'll get them all in on Wednesday. So I've got my sidekick with me again. We're ready to break down the games and what's going on with our softball and our baseball team. So Johnny Zavala, the Z-Man, is back on the podcast. Johnny, how you doing this evening?
Doing good.
All right. So here we are. We're going to break down the softball. We're going to talk about softball this evening. And so I'll go ahead and throw it over to you and let you do your thing.
All right. Last week we had a game against Beeville from our last podcast. I had this gut feeling that our girls were gonna come out hitting. They've been really hot. I didn't think we were gonna play any kind of closer game than the 7-0 we beat them in the first game. It was obvious these girls were just. We're just turning it. These girls are just turning it on at the perfect timing. They're just pulling away from the district, which is great, and going into the playoffs is a great way to play it. So in this game, the Rockport beat Beeville 14-0, which was great. Sierra Galvan was the winning pitcher. She gave up no runs, 2 hits. She pitched 5 innings, struck out 10 batters, and only walked 1. These girls came out hitting in that third inning. We scored 10 runs in that third inning, which is impressive. Way to just pull away from that game. Out early, quick. Krista Kutach went 2 for 2, and she scored 3 runs, which is, she's been on fire herself. Kimbo went 2 for 2, scored 2 runs, and had a walk herself. There was a total of 3 home runs this game. Piper Shearer had a 2-run homer that basically, I think, just pumped up the girls. Just watching her just run around the bases and just the hug dugout. I wish I took pictures of the way the whole reaction of the dugout was, but I was so in the moment of what was going on. It was like, wow, I was like, my camera was down, and just seeing that dugout is just a memory I would never forget. Just seeing it from the outfield, seeing that whole dugout, how the reaction to that was just great. It was obvious her home run pumped up the girls, and from there on, these girls just kept on hitting. Maddie Mann was just outstanding that game. She had 2 home runs. She went 2 for 4, scored 2 runs, and had 4 RBIs. I know her second home run was just a towering shot, sitting out there in the outfield, the trucks. This ball clearly was still going upwards when it cleared the fence. That was the greatest view I've ever seen. It cleared 2 vehicles parked behind each other over a tree, and just basically there's a discus throw out there that she was basically marking her own spot out there pretty much on herself. The team just had a remarkable game. They had 11 hits, and team, they're backing up Sierra. She's having outstanding games. The girls had no errors, which is great game overall. The second game they had this past Tuesday was against Ingleside. We traveled over there. I think everybody was kind of expecting a real close game. I thought our girls were going to have an exciting game. And I told you, Gabriel, before the game started, I said, I'm calling it now. I think their turf is going to hurt them. Because I think our hard shots over here they were fielding it great. They did have some diving catches at the home when we played them at home, but there was quite a lot of hard shots that they had time to field and throw us out and stuff like that, especially their shortstop, their Adami. So I had a feeling that this new turf was gonna hurt them, And sure enough, I mean, we saw a gapper hit and right center by Matty Man that just shot to the outfield.
Mhm.
Maybe in the grass it would have slowed down. I'm not sure, but it was obvious that thing just shot after that. And I remember Elena had a hit, a slap hit down that left field line. I mean, like that ball hit that ground and the thing just shot just out
Yeah.
there to the left field. I mean, I think in any grass area they would have deadened it, and that left fielder would have caught, cut it off. But I just infield hits was just shooting through. I mean, we had an error on one play that was obviously was a tough ground ball to hit the ground. I mean, it's a brand new turf is going to jump off of there. It's a slick field. So, but overall, I knew that field was going to be not a great field for them. So it kind of hurt them in their own way, their own turf. Um, Sierra Gavan came up with the win against giving up no runs, only one hit, pitched 5 innings, striking out 13 and walking no batters again.
Mm.
Elena Garcia had a great, outstanding gun, going 3 for 3,
Mhm.
2 runs scored, 1 RBI, and she had 2 stolen bases.
Mhm.
It's just all around great performance by her. Maddie Mann just continued to be hot and fire. Also went 3 for 3, scored 3 runs, 2 RBIs, and a stolen base herself. Overall, the team had 11 hits. It was just a great game. Way to go into that. Not this 1-0 game that we had at home. What a way to just show the state what we really are. That's
Mhm.
just a great way to represent the #1 ranking. I love that. With this win, that we became district champions. With sitting 2 games behind us, with 1 game left. We clinched the district championship that game, so we are the District 26 champion of our district. Was the first time we won the district since we were co-champions in 2018. I know there's a lot of word that last time we won a district championship was in 2016, but we were co-champions in 2018 with Orange Grove. We did have a seeding game. It wasn't a district championship; it was a seeding game, which we lost to Orange Grove. So we went into the playoffs as the #2 seed, but it was 2018 when the last time we were champions, but we're co-champions with Orange Grove. So just a great overall performance, just all the way around. So over our district, of course, we are now 11-0. Sinton sits behind us at 9-2, and Calhoun is going to be the #3 seed, even though there's 1 game left and they have 1 game lead on Ingleside, sitting at 6-5. But Calhoun has beaten Ingleside twice, so no matter the outcome Friday, it's going to be Calhoun the #3 seed, and Ingleside being the #4 seed.
Okay.
So our next coming up game is against Sinton. I posted on the Park Club today, also on my personal Facebook, because I would hate to see a lot of people that go to the game not go to the game Monday because they don't know about it. Everybody's expecting a Friday game, and I'm pretty sure I haven't seen no posts, I haven't seen no reminders or anything. So like being Thursday night, people will go to work Friday and they're going to expect to get out of work and head to the field. So hopefully this gets shared and passed around word by word, what's going on. I like to have hopefully a big turnout against Sinton. It's meaningless. It's a meaningless game, but to these girls, it's a big game. I know with Sierra, I know with Maddie, I know with Dominguez and Lydia. These girls have fought with Sinton many years since Little League, since the All Stars, when they first made the All Stars. It was 1 year Sinton just won the District Little League. Rockport the next following year. It was back and forth. There were games that would go like extra innings. One team would go ahead like 8-9 runs, and the other team would come roaring back and just back and forth. So these girls know each other a lot. So to them, it's very personal. So both teams going to go out just all out. It ain't going to be one of those meaningless games because these girls, I know our girls are going to go out fighting. Sure enough, Sinton going to still try to be out that #1 team in the state. So no team's going to back off of this one. So it'd be a great game. They will be playing Monday at 7 p.m. here at home. being the last home game, this is also parents' night, so it'd be more people than expected. So get there early, and hopefully we have a big old turnout. Because the first meet, I mean, these teams, Rockport was down 2-0 going into the sixth inning, and I'm not gonna lie, I personally thought when it was 1-0, I was scared the whole game. When Sinton went up 2-0 in the sixth inning, going into the sixth inning, I was like, I don't know if we can score 2 runs now in this late. But right away, we tied it, top of the sixth, took the lead in top of the seventh, and Sierra sat them down, and wow, just like that.
Well,
It was remarkable games I've ever seen like that. That was at Sinton. So now we're coming back to our home place. So it'd be
well,
great. It'd be great to 10-run rule Sinton.
oh yeah. Well, check this out, Johnny. Like you and I have talked, off camera, right? And you told me, the battles that they've had, and just the stories that you told, going way back from Little League, and then we've had, Maddie on, and we've had Sierra and Mikey, Lady the four seniors that have battled with these girls, right? And they'll tell you, because I had the interview with Maddie, and I said, hey, when you got that winning hit in Sinton, what did that mean to you? She goes, oh, it meant something to her, because as she said in the interview, the whole time she's been on varsity, we beaten them in our home, but never in Sinton. And this was their last year. And so it meant something to be able to accomplish that and beat them. Listen, Sinton this year, they're coached very well out there. When you talk about the game, the first go around with them, I thought the same way. These girls better than I do. I was like, okay, we're struggling. They go up 2-0. We've got, 6 outs to go. I don't know if we're gonna be able to pull this one out, but that's the fight that these girls have to have, because there'll be games like that. These girls could have just put it away. I mean, we lost a game, no big deal. We'll go on to the next one, right? But these girls didn't accept that. They continue to fight. They continue to fight. It's not over till it's over, and that's what's scary about our team. Is it's not over till it's over. I mean, they can hit from top to bottom in that batting order. Coach Reyes has got a lot of talent, and it can make a lot of moves to make some noise. It's never over. They're never out of a game. And we saw the only loss that they've had this season against Carroll. They came storming back, in one inning to score 3 runs to tie it. So you've seen,
yeah, they were down 4-1, and they came back and tied it 4-4 when Carroll
right,
that last run at the bottom of the inning to win it.
with a pitcher, a really good. I think it was Carroll's ace that was up there. So it's not an easy thing to do when Carroll has their ace up there, I believe, and she's basically shut that lineup down to 1 run the whole game. They didn't go the full 7, but they went to, I think, to 5, and then they come storming back, and it's not Maddie and Mikey and Sierra. It's the young guns. It's the one that can get a hit. There's a lot of confidence, and we come storming back to tie it, and it's exciting, right? So we've seen the fight that these girls have, which was good to see, because you're going to need that. I think it builds confidence for our girls when you can win a game, go to the 10 innings and beat Ingleside, and then you go right back in 2 days, and you have to play Sinton, and you're in a battle there. In both games, you come out on top. It builds confidence. It lets you know, hey, look, we went in a battle, and we didn't play our best game, and we struggled hit in both games. And yet we come out winning. I think when you look back at those games, you say, hey, this builds confidence. Look what's going around. Look what's going on in the second go around now. Calhoun first game was a lot closer. They just blew them out. And they've been blowing teams out since. And Ingleside did the same thing. And I think, Maddie, she's in a different, she's playing, you talked about the outfield where the trucks are, right? We should just, make a sign out there, Maddie's section. That's Maddie's section out there. You talk about the home run, right? It's just been, it's a grand slam. It's 2 home runs in the game. I mean, she's just on fire. And I think everybody, she gets going. Mikey's up there. She's the first one to bat, and it just kind of sets the tone for the rest of the girls. And the bats have been on. And, we know what Sierra is going to do on the mound. I mean, that's why I said the other day, the pitching and the batting's there for these girls to be the last team standing. It's just been a great season to watch these girls battle. And for me, to see a pitcher like Sierra pitch like that, I mean, it's exciting. To get 13, 23 strikeouts, 10 strikeouts, 15 strikeouts, 16. I mean, this is not 8 or 9 strikeouts. I read other articles where the pitchers got 8, 5, 7, 9, Sierra's getting, 15, 16, 23, I mean, it's just a 13 strikeout, is really good, right? And we're like, she only got 13. Like we all, the expectation, she's going to get 15, 17, 19. When she gets 13, that's a good game, right? And then you're sitting there go, she only got 13. I mean, you almost expect her to get, 17, 19 almost every game, but the pitching is there. The hitting is there.
She getting these 13 in 5 innings.
I know. But yet, as a fan, you're thinking like she only got 13, like really, like, because she's been so dominant, in these games. And it's great to see a pitcher like, I mean, even if she wasn't playing for your team, right? Just seeing a pitcher to be able to do what she's done this year on any team is amazing. But when they're pitching for your team, and it's your team that's winning, and it's the pitch, I mean, that's just awesome to see. And the games that I've been to, and when I'm not there, I follow the game no matter where I'm at. I could be driving, man. I got the Game Changer, and I'm watching every inning. I'm listening to what's going on because it's exciting to watch them. This game coming up, Johnny, against Sinton, it's going to be a battle, like you said. Sinton, they even though it's been settled, Sinton wants to beat Rockport. I mean, they've been the big dogs, right? They're not just going to lay back, and so they want to prove, hey, listen, if I'm Sinton, I'm saying, listen, we had them. I mean, we had them. We had them at home, and we should have won that game, and we let it slip away. So they're going to come back in. They're going to come in hungry. They've got something to prove. They want just to themselves. They want to prove that they can still beat Rockport. Rockport is going to come out, and they're going to play their game, and they're going to do what they do. And these girls understand. And I'm sure those seniors have talked to the underclassmen saying, hey, look, this is a big game. Let's not get, we won district and that's great, but we still got one more game. It's like their slogan, right? What is it? Finish it. They got to finish it. And Monday they finished their regular season. So they're not done yet. They've got one more game. They've got to finish it. And then we go on the road in that long playoff stretch, and it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a lot of fun, and there's going to be some grind out extra innings probably, man, and hopefully we'll be the last team standing. But it's been a great season so far, and I'm definitely looking forward to being there on Monday. I think I'm going to be out on the field, hopefully, and I'll be videotaping from a truck out there. That's my plan. I don't know if it'll work out, but that's what I'd like to do. And I'm excited, and then let's just see what happens. But I think it's going to be. I know you want a 10-0 run. I don't know if that'll happen. I'm anticipating it's going to be another close one. But we'll see if we can go. If we can shut them out and score 10 runs, man, that's awesome going into the playoffs. But we shall see what happens, Johnny. What else do you got for us?
All right, in our district right next to us, our district going to play against is the District 25. I can say Columbia, the team that we faced earlier in the preseason, that we barely beat 2-1, has been playing like we have been playing. They've turned it up. They started off the season 2-2 in district, and they're on an 8-game winning streak. They were at one time in 5th place. And now going into Friday game, they're in 1st place right now.
Wow.
Okay, so we're going to be playing the number 4 seed of that district, which is going to be Brazosport, which I've been mentioning it many times. There's a big gap between 3 and 4. I mean, the next above them is Needville, 9-2. And then there's Brazosport at 5-6. So there's a 4-game gap in between those two. So that was pretty predictable the whole entire time. Bay City had a chance to get into it, but no, it was they were asking for a miracle on that one. So Brazosport would be the team we'd be facing in the first round. The thing that makes this district very interesting is like I mentioned, Columbia sitting at 10-2, Sweeney sitting at 9-2. Okay, Columbia's already finished the season. They're the last week by. So Sweeney's at 9-2. Needville's at 9-2. Sweeney and Needville are going to play the two weakest teams in the district. So they're both going to end up 10-2 along with Columbia. So there's going to be a three-way tie for first place in that district at 10-2. And usually one team dominates the other team, but all three of them have beat each other one time. So there is no one team favors the other one because of the loss. So they exactly are 10-2. I've never seen a three-way tie being a three-way tie and only one team lead. Basically, Columbia beat Sweeney once and they lost against them. They lost them once. Yeah, it just a whole rotation that way. So I went into the UIO rules as far as like how do they predict that seeding. They got to have a tournament between the three. The thing is like one team's going to get the lucky end of it because they're not going to have to play two games. It's a one-loss elimination, one-game elimination. So usually when something like that happens, it explained was like one team would have the advantage because of the losses. So they would have that first round bye with the other two finish. I just want to know how they do this one, where like each one of them has.
Yeah.
So that's going to be an interesting way to end it off on that district. It's just, I like to see what the outcome is. They would obviously have to be playing at the beginning of next week.
Right.
So it'd be interesting to see how they do that.
Yeah, no, it's.
So anyways, that's how that district's going. Again, Brazosport would be the team that, and I did a little research, not too much. They are not such a great team, but you never can underestimate that team.
So you're pretty much, I'm sorry, so you're pretty much sure that our first round playoff, I know it's not a fact, but you're pretty much, in your opinion, it'll be Brazosport. I mean, Rockport's going to go number one in the district. It looks like Brazosport will be the fourth place team. So pretty much, unless something strange happens, we'll be meeting Brazosport in the first round of the playoffs. That's almost pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they will be Reds. Yeah.
Right.
So, in the district, which will be on our second round, between the winner of District 27 and District 28, which is the district of 27 will be the runner-up, and then the district of 28 would be the third place team. So at this point, I got to say Navarro in that District 27 is taking that they're going to end up winning the whole thing. Actually, I think they probably completed their. I think they have one more game left. So Navarro will be that district champion of that district. Lavernia has 2 and 3. Gonzales is 2 and 3, and Cora 1 and 4. All four of them are going to the playoffs. So if the season were in today, it would be Lavernia playing. The third team would be Canyon Lake. So it would be Lavernia playing Canyon Lake, and we'd be playing the winner of that one, if things sets that way. Which it looks, that District 28 is pretty tight itself. Because Fredericksburg taking that district at 10-0. Bernie's at 8-2. Canyon Lake's 4-6. While Wimberley's one game behind them at 3-7. 2, 4, 5. Actually, they already completed their district. So yeah. So Canyon Lake is the number 3 team in that district, and between Lavernia and Gonzales, they're gonna battle it out there for their last game. Of course, I'm always keeping an eye with that other district across the bridge, which I think will be probably one of the teams we'll be facing to get out of the region. Calhoun's sitting at 10-0. They are in state rankings. I think they're sitting at 23 or 22. TM's the number 2 seed at 8-2. Robstown is the number 3 seed at 6-4. Zapata and Alice are tied for the 4th seed. So between Zapata and Alice, they're going to have a playoff game. They determine that 4th seed. Calhoun's on another level. They played Zapata this past week. They went into the 7th inning, leading 4-2, which is a close game, reachable for Zapata going into that last inning. You never know going into that 7th inning what can happen. Calhoun pretty much put that maybe out of the way, scoring 11 runs in the top of the 7th inning. They're on another level too. So it's going to be that's way down the road for us though. Last week I had the state game of the week out of the Region 3 District 20, which was number 3 Smithville, number 3 versus number 13 LaGrange. That was a fun game right there. What a way to have number 3 versus number 13 in the same district. I'm just going to jump ahead with going into the top of the 6th inning. Your number 3 Smithville was winning 8-4. 8-4 in the top of the 6th inning. Here we are going to the bottom of the 7th inning. LaGrange took that lead, going 13-11. In one inning, that many points were scored, from 8-4 in the 6th inning to 13-11 in the 7th inning. Smithville had the home team. Smithville was down 13-11, bottom of the 7th inning, being the number 3 team in the state. They came out winning 14-13.
Wow.
They scored 3 runs in the bottom of the 7th inning to win that game. I couldn't pick a better state game on that one.
Absolutely. And so that's why these playoffs.
This week's state game is going to be, I'm just going to call it that next district right next to us. Not next to us, but that district that I just mentioned, the 3-way tie. Because Sweeney's number 13 in the state. Needville's number 21 in the state. Columbia's not in the coaches poll ranked, but they are ranked number 20 in the max prep. So you got 13, 21, and 20 going to play it off for the district championship, or the seeding pretty much. So I would consider that my state tournament of the week.
Okay. All
right. Here we are. I was talking about the rankings. Nothing has changed. Rockport is number 1, Iowa Park number 2, Smithville number 3, and Melissa number 4. Smithville almost lost it there though. Like I said, but they battled out, and it was a lot of runs scored in those last 2 innings. Let's see. Max Prep hasn't changed much. Max Prep has Iowa Park still number 1, North Lamar number 2, and Rockport still at number 3. Okay. One team that jumped in the top 4 is Liberty out of that Max Prep. So Smithville or Melissa are not in that Max Prep. So hey, we'll get there. We gotta have that respect for Max Prep eventually. But
absolutely,
suppose what really matters to us, So I'm going to the team leaders. We're gonna start with the batting averages. Again, these 3 are top dogs again. They just change orders up and down. Peyton's leading the team at 525 batting average. That's impressive. 525.
Very impressive.
Wow. Maddie's at 507. And Emma is at 440. All great all the way around. The team leading hits is Maddie with 36. Peyton 32. And Mikey at 27. RBIs. Maddie Man with 37 RBIs. Sierra at 28 and Crystal at 18. Stolen bases. You mentioned Elena had that lead. Maddie's right there with her. So Maddie and Elena both had 11 stolen bases. with Peyton and Mikey at 9 right behind them. So, it's I love to seeing those stolen bases go. You need to be aggressive. We need to be aggressive for the playoffs. Got to have them. Got to have them. Not just pass balls. It's I know catchers are going to get stronger as playoffs goes, but hey, we got to take that advantage of it.
We do, Johnny. We got to get in there. I mean, we're gonna have to be aggressive, and they have been. I don't know that it'll change much because I think we understand. The runs will get a little bit tougher. The competition will get tougher. On both sides, and so we've got to take advantage of every situation we get right. But I like the way our girls are playing right now. Like you said earlier, they're peaking at the right time. It appears that they are. Our pitching's been strong all year. And our hitting has been there too. There was a couple of games where we struggled through the regular season, and that happens. But that's why you got to grind it out. And we've been able to grind it out with the exception of the Carroll game. These girls have found ways to win before district and two tough games that they played in district, and they found a way to win. And that's what champions do. Champions, by the way, you're not going to whip everybody 14-11. You're just not going to. You've got to be able to, grind some games out, and you've got to be able to squeeze a run here and there. You got to do what you got to do. And we've been able to do that. And that's good to see because they're going to get tough competition, once we get into the playoffs. I mean, you want to be the last team standing. It's not an easy road to get there, but I do believe that we have the talent to get there. So it's going to be a lot of fun to travel and see our girls and in the playoffs, and I'm looking forward to it. I would say before we switch over to baseball to talk about our boys that I will be there at the game on Monday evening, and I will go live on the Pirates Cove Facebook page. So any of you guys, hopefully everybody can make it. I don't want somebody just to sit at home and watch it through the Facebook Live. But if you can't make it for whatever reason, getting out of work late or you're just out of town, you can actually watch it. I'll try to get the best spot I can. I know sometimes I move it to last week. You saw me, Johnny. I was holding that thing with my with my hand the whole time. I think about in the fourth inning, man, my fingers are starting to cramp up a little bit. But this time I'll have the things I need to. I have my tripod, the right one this time. But either way, I'll be there. But if you can come out to the game on Monday, come on out. It's parents' night. Make a lot of noise. We'll need the crowd. This still be a tough game, even though Rockport's one district. This is going to be the battle of the Pirates. It's always a good game when these two teams meet. So the more people that show up to the game and the louder, the noise, we make a lot of noise, man, the better our chances out to come out with the victory. And I think Johnny Rockport, we want to come out undefeated in district, right? We don't want to win the district with one loss. I mean, we want to come out and we want district and we want to go ahead and get that undefeated record in district to be really crowned the champions, even though they've been crowned champions already. So this is going to be a battle where Sinton's going to come in and say, hey, we're going to take these guys out and they're going to do everything they can. And Rockport's going to do everything they can to sustain that undefeated record. So it's going to be a good one on Monday. Come on out. Game starts at 7.
Yes.
Okay. So game starts at 7. Come on out. They've got that. I'm going to call it the Matty Man section out there where the trucks are out there. Are you guys going to be barbecuing before the game?
You know what? I don't know. If it's so, it's probably going to be very early because again, it is parents' night, and we'll be down there before the game with our kids.
Absolutely. So I'm gonna start calling it the Maddie Man section out there till somebody else can take her, man. That's her section out there. So come on out to Maddie's section out there. It's a lot of fun out there. They put the flags out there. They make a lot of noise out there. And if Maddie or anybody else, gets that hit out there, like you said, it's beautiful to see that ball go over yet, or it could hit Ron Dominguez's truck. I mean, I don't know what can happen, right? But hey, Ron will take those hits any day. I guarantee you. It's a home run. He'll take it any day to get that win. So it's exciting to see these girls. Piper hit her first home run. We had her interviewing. I think it was her first home run in high school. She's a freshman. This is the first time she's hit a home run right here on this year. That was her first home run.
Yes.
Wow, how exciting was that, right? So it was great to see that, and hopefully she'll get another one on Monday. Anything else on softball?
Uh, I'm just gonna throw this out there. I'll probably be throwing it quite often from here on. Is we're not winning no signals.
Okay.
It's bad luck for our Rockport-Fulton athletic program. So these girls and those parents, especially the senior parents, are not wanting no send-offs. So thank you, and yes.
Okay. And I remember you saying that early on in the podcast. That was kind of one of the requests that you guys had made that, we haven't had so much luck when we've done that. So let's try it the other way and see what happens, right? Okay. Well, I'm going to turn it over to baseball now, Johnny. And we had, for the first time, two of our Rockport-Fulton Pirates baseball players on. John Chupi was on last night, and Ian McPherson. I want to thank those guys for coming on. It was great interviewing them. And congratulations to Coach Elizondo and his Pirates. They have clinched a playoff spot, so they will be in the playoffs. And I think it'd been a while since we've been in there. Of course, they didn't have a season last year. So it's great to see our baseball team back in the playoffs. A very young team. There's 7 freshmen on that team. There's 18 total. 16 will be returning next year. So it looks promising, the future for this baseball team. They have really, they're on a 3-game win streak in April. Well, actually, they played Sinton back, I think, in late March, and they lost 1-0. They come back for the second go around, and they play Calhoun on April the 1st, and they lose 3-2. So 2 one-game losses in district. And then on April 9th, they beat Miller 14-1. On April 16th, they beat West Oso 10-0. And then on the 20th of April, they beat Beeville 18-2. They've got a big game coming up tomorrow at home against Ingleside. They did beat Ingleside the first go around. Ingleside is still a tough team. I don't know that it'll be another easy game, but I think our boys can grind it out. But it's a real important game for them. For seeding purposes, I think is what they're playing for. So I'll be there. Hopefully, I can get a spot to record the game. And of course, if we win, I'll make an attempt to have an interview with Coach Elizondo. But
What time?
I think it's 7 o'clock.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, I think it's 7 o'clock. So it'll be actually, I'm sorry. Actually, it's not a home game. It's in Ingleside. Excuse me. The game is not at home. It'll be played, I think, in Ingleside. Yes, it's in Ingleside, I believe. It's a district game, and then they will come home on April 27th. It's a Tuesday to play Sinton. So I believe, let me make that correction. I believe that tomorrow they'll be playing Ingleside. It is a district game in Ingleside, and then they'll come back on Tuesday. It'll be their last district game here at home against Sinton. Both of them important games. Come on out to both games. That Sinton game, I think, will be another good one. It was a great performance by Carson Flores. I watched that game. He pitched one heck of a game. And they lost 1-0, man. I don't think that anyone lost. It was good pitching by Sinton and great pitching, good pitching by Rockport. So it'll be, I think, another grind out game. Come on out, support your Pirates. These 2 games that are left in district are going to be good, and we need both of them. As I said, there'll also be 2. There's also 2 other games, Johnny, on their schedule. On April 24th, I think it's a Saturday. It says that they'll be playing Aransas Pass, and then on May 1st, they'll be playing Odom. This is what's on the schedule. I don't know. I'm trying to get confirmation if these games are going to take place. It is on the Rockport app schedule, but I don't know if they'll be playing those games or not. But I'll try to get some information, and as soon as I can get something to confirm if it's a go for those games or not, I'll post it up on the Pirates Cove. But again, congratulations to Coach Elizondo. I mean, they're on a 3-game win streak. These guys are playing great. They're also, playing, peaking at the right time, Johnny. And they'll also be going on the road in the playoffs. And it's going to be very interesting to see, what we can do in the playoffs. But I'm excited because the future for our baseball program is bright. And I look forward to seeing what they can do here in the playoffs in about a week or two when they get in and they start playing. Johnny, I'd also like to. There is a couple other things, and my apologies. I try to stay up with this much stuff that's going on with other sports. I don't always get it, so I don't really, I don't purposely leave anybody out. So please don't think that if I didn't mention something that happened, it's because I didn't know about it. But I will say that the Pirates Cove is a public page on Facebook or Twitter. I check multiple times throughout the day. If you're a parent and you want to post something and I don't get to it, post it. You can just go up to the Pirates Cove and just post what's going on. If it's in track, if it's in tennis, and our tennis team was doing good. I couldn't get no coverage on them this year. I've seen parents that are friends of mine on Facebook where the children are doing really good in track and field events. But if you see something, please post it. Feel free to post it on the Pirates Cove. I'll see it. And definitely Johnny and I come on every Wednesday. The only time we won't have a Pirates Cove is during the summer. But when we resume next year, we'll be back on. We see it there on the page. We'll definitely, put it on the agenda, and we'll be talking about it that following Wednesday on the Pirates Cove podcast. So because again, we want to alert and let the community know exactly what our athletes are doing with any sport. And so I do have the regional track meet. I believe it starts tomorrow, Johnny. It's in Kingsville. We do have some boys. I was able to catch some of the boys that'll be participating. I think I got this right. I didn't get confirmation, so I'm just reading it off of a post that I saw. But I do believe that some of the boys that will be going, that will be presenting Rockport at the regionals are Caden Bates, Leroy Burke, Wyatt Bond, Gus Byram, John Chupi, Cristobal De Leon, Ricky Franks, Cade Lial, Josh Lee, George Marble, Peyton McAllister, and Ryan Wells. So we wish those gentlemen good luck. I think it's tomorrow. I hope I don't have it wrong, but I believe I saw the posting that they're going down there. I think it starts tomorrow, Johnny, and these guys will be competing out there. And so we wish them all the luck in the world. Also, we have 3 guys from our football team that have been chosen to play in the Coastal Bend Coaches Association All-Star Game. That'll take place May 15th at Buck Stadium, 7 p.m. Those 3 football players are Ryan Wells, Caden Harder, and George Marble. These guys will be playing. So if you want to see some football next month, go out to Buck Stadium on May 15th at 7 p.m. and support these 3 players that'll be out there playing. And also there was another posting that I had seen, and I wanted to just kind of mention Josh Hadley was on our varsity basketball team this year. And we want to congratulate him as he was selected to play in the 2021 CBCA All-Star Game. So congratulations to Josh. And like I said, if I'm sure there's other things that are going on, maybe I didn't see the posting, but please feel free. If you know somebody, if it's your child, that's why we have the Pirates Cove. Just put something, a posting up there, what's going on. We'll put that on our agenda, and we'll definitely be talking about all the accomplishments that these kids, or the things that they're participating in or are going to be participating in on the following Wednesday's podcast. So we don't leave anybody out purposely, but maybe I just didn't know, or I just didn't see a posting or something. So if you know something and you don't see that we're talking about it, please post it up on the Pirates Cove. We'll take it from there, put it on our agenda, and we'll talk about it that following Wednesday on our podcast. So Johnny, we've got a lot of things going on, man. Our baseball boys are going to be traveling. They're going to be in the playoffs. Our girls softball are going to be in the playoffs. So it's going to be really good. If they don't play together on the same day, and do you know if for the boys and girls, they play on the actual same day, or are there different days?
As far as what?
As far as the playoff game. So like if the playoff game is on Thursday, I know it's not the same location, but do the boys and girls, do they play on the same day? Do you know?
It's gonna vary. It's gonna vary. Um, Again, it could be a 1 game series. It could be a 2 out of 3. It's just agreement between the coaches. If it ain't agree, if there's two, of course, there's a coin flip if both coaches don't agree with the 1 or 3 game series. Uh, I do know that no playoff game can start before Wednesdays, so
Okay.
it has to be Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. Uh,
Well, well, we'll just stay up on it, and we'll be posting once we find and get confirmation. We'll definitely put it, because I don't like to put anything on the Pirates Cove unless I can get it confirmed. Somebody will post something or somebody will tell me something, and I'll say, "Well, where did you hear it from?" Or where's it? Well, I heard it from this person, and I'm like, "Well, I've got to wait to see if I can get confirmation on it from somebody, maybe a player or a coach, and then we'll post it up." But as soon as we find out the schedule, we'll definitely be putting it on the Pirates Cove. There are other outlets also that'll be posting it as well. But I'm excited, Johnny, to be watching, to be able to go on the road and watch our baseball team in the playoffs, and of course our softball girls in the playoffs. It's just been a great year this year for Pirates athletics, and then of course we'll take a little break, and then we'll be back next year to continue with football and volleyball. So it's great. Thank you for coming out. The video will be uploaded late tonight, and it'll be ready for viewing um, Friday morning. So with that being said, Johnny, we don't have no guests, so you do get the final word here on the Pirates Code. Do you have anything to say?
uh, just come out and support your athletic program. There's a lot of things going on. I mean, we got the track going on in Kingsville. We got the baseball boys trying to finish off strong, and then we got your Rockport ladies, #1 state ranked. So I'm very interested about the Sinton game with the boys baseball game. Being a Tuesday night, that'd be a fun one to watch. I'd like to see us take down a state ranked team as far as
Well,
baseball.
yeah, we almost took them down, Johnny. I mean, we really did. We almost took them down. The last game I was there, man, and I thought it would be a great game, and it was. And I think it's going to be another good one. I just before we go, Johnny, I had seen something that somebody had posted on the Pirates Cove, and I wanted to kind of mention it. Let's see. So Saturday, April 24th, it was posted, calling all Pirates. They're going to have, I think, over at the high school parking lot, they're going to have sausage wraps, turkey legs, and a bake sale. It's a drive-through. It's Saturday, April 24th. It'll start at 1 p.m. It's at the Rockport-Fulton High School parking lot. It's $7 sausage wrap, chips, drink, and cookie. $10 turkey leg, chips, drink, and a cookie. Calling all Pirates alumni and friends to show up. This is for Lynn and Han No, and the situation that they're in and what happened to their restaurant. I'm not going to go into details. I personally know Lynn and Han. Anytime anybody's ever needed help in the past, you can count on Lynn and Han. They're there, to help anybody out in the community, and you've seen it time and time again. And now they need the help, and so it's been organized, and it'll be this Saturday at 1 o'clock at the Rockport-Fulton High School. Come on out, show your support. Help them out. As I said, once a pirate, always a pirate, right? And they're pirates, and so we got to stand together. So I'm hoping that they'll get a good outcome on Saturday, and we can get them to open up that restaurant. A lot of people like going there, and so we look forward to them getting back into business here real soon. So Johnny, I just kind of wanted to mention that. And the last thing I wanted to mention was, we had a interview with, of course, Kimberlyn and Elena. I always got to think before I say her name, man. And one of the things she said was that she mentioned Lauren Kelly. And I was thinking afterwards, it was Lauren Kelly that played here in Rockport a few years ago, correct?
Right.
And that's awesome to see, and this is what you talk about all the time is, Lauren was a great softball player here. I mean, she went over to Kingsville, and I would read a couple of articles. She was very successful down there in Kingsville as well. And for her to be able to come back to the community here and help some of these young girls develop their game is awesome. I didn't know that that was happening until I interviewed and I heard it yesterday on the Parscope. But that's what you talk about is you play the game. She's learned a lot. She knows a lot, and to be able to come back and give some of that knowledge back to some of our younger girls here to help them develop their game is just an awesome thing to hear. And it's great that Lauren comes back to the community and helps out these girls so that they can count on her. So, thank you very much. That's exactly what you talk about, Johnny, is having some of these all stars. I was calling them all stars that come in and learn the game, and then they come back and they don't forget where they came from, and they want to be a part of keeping this softball program up there, where we are now, in the rankings, and help these girls develop into something special. So we need to keep that going. So I just kind of wanted to mention that because I didn't know until later on that she was talking about Lauren Kelly, the Lauren Kelly that played here for us a few years back. So I just kind of wanted to mention that. That's awesome to hear and see. And so again, I'm giving you the final words. So we're done. Episode 9 is done. Johnny and I will be back next Wednesday. We are still looking to bring in. We'll probably have probably 4 girls is what we're shooting for right for next Wednesday. We're still working on getting some of the boys in, so we don't have the list just yet. But once we do, we'll post it on the Pirates Cove. And so, Johnny, I like the background that you have. I hope you like the background that I have. We just kind of just threw it up there real quick. We'll be working on getting some other stuff in there. But until next Wednesday, I will see you on Monday at the field for the game. But until then, as we do on the Pirates Cove, peace out.